Okay, my name's James and I am the founder of Dead Social.
Where are you from, James?
I'm from London.
Okay, now tell me about Dead Social.
Okay, so Dead Social allows anyone to create a series of messages. These are then sent out across the social web, so their private Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus account after they pass away.
Why would you want to be sending messages once you were dead?
Okay, so we spend so much time in life manipulating our image and articulating our voice through social networks. The reason why I've kind of developed Dead Social is so that we can kind of continue that conversation after we've passed away and amplify the voice that we had in life, even in death.
Do you see that this might one day replace wills or last testaments or anything, or are you looking for a different kind of impact?
No, it's more of it's a communication tool. So we don't want there to be, it doesn't replace the will service. Everybody should have a will. But what this allows you to do is to be creative and really kind of, as I say, amplify your personality and your voice through the channels.
And how many folks are now signed up at Dead Social?
Okay, so we announced it at South by Southwest 2 days ago. We have 100 or so users, so nothing whatsoever. However, we're launching it next week at the London Web Summit. Hopefully by then there's going to be some serious traction.
Danny Mueller. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm representing my company Moxie, which is an online advertising agency. Well, this is my first time to Austin, and I've had a really great time going to all the different sessions. I'm a UX architect, user experience architect, so my focus has been going to the user experience sessions. So I've seen some actually really great sessions. The UX Smackdown was really fun. And for those people who don't know about user experience, it's basically trying to make things easier to use, in a nutshell.
Okay, and I will ask you, I guess the question I have to ask you is, are you at all focused on figuring out how people over 50 can have a better user experience on the web, on mobile, all sorts of things digital?
Yeah, well, I am 51 myself, so yes, I am very cognizant of that. And one of the best sessions I attended here was for Pinterest. And I'm sure a lot of people who are older use Pinterest because it's more of a scrapbooking type of site. And the founder of that just gave a session talking about what they did to make it usable. And I was really intrigued by him because he really wanted to make it beautiful. He kept saying that over and over. One of their biggest things was to make it beautiful, and also it was implied easy to use. And they did user testing, they did studies, but they kept iterating it over time based on the feedback from the users. And he said he had emailed 5,000 people, like personally or something, to get their feedback, which I thought was very impressive. And it also shows, the end product is really beautiful.
My name is Phil Baker, and I work for Pine Cove here in Texas in the Tyler area. And one of the most interesting things I've learned was in the area of viral videos. It was very intriguing to see not only how strong videos are in terms of communicating a message, but also some of the techniques that people use in order to gain attention. And humor is a big part of it, and so I'm very inspired to see what I can do in that area.
But tell me the things you remember from that panel, and what are the things that people are using other than humor to gain attention?
They're using shock value. They're also using images of cats, dogs, and children, especially young children and babies.
Okay, my name is Katherine Jaller. I'm from San Francisco. This is my first time at South by Southwest, and it's just wonderful to learn that your problems are completely ordinary and to see that there are a lot of smart people working on answers for them. So it's just been comforting love fest, I feel like, for me.
Great. And how are you going to bring this back to your work at the Contemporary Jewish Museum in San Francisco?
I love infusing my work with, different perspectives. So all of this like corporate ROI and kind of like strategy, very businessy. I think it'll just inform my work in a really, in a healthy way to bring that perspective.
My name is Stuart Bailey. I come from Belfast, Northern Ireland. I'm a journalist, a radio broadcaster, and I work for a not-for-profit music centre. Well, I found out that the taxi drivers in Austin are some of the most insane individuals that have ever came off the face of the earth. So far we've met a pimp, a failed comedian, someone from Addis Ababa, and a couple of singers. So that's a good kind of introduction to the city. Otherwise, we're here to celebrate music from Northern Ireland, which we had a showcase last night at a place called Latitude 30. Incredible band called the Wonder Villains who played there. And we're also trying to work out what the music industry has got up its sleeve. And I think myself and 20,000 other people would pay good money to know what that answer is. It's an unfolding drama. I've been here 3 years in a row now. Great chance to hear what the music industry is thinking about, but I don't know anyone's got the solutions. It's a good spectacle trying to work out the idea anyway.
I'm Carrie Allison, and I'm from Austin, San Antonio. I've learned that even though I may be not 25 anymore or 35 anymore, that I'm thinking some of the same things that some of these younger people are thinking, and I have been thinking them a long time. But now the excitement for me is that I'm getting a sense that the world's catching up with me in a way. And I do work in the digital world, and in many ways they're beginning to address and solve a lot of problems that are paradigm shifting, and it's going to change my world while I'm still here to see it for the better, I think. I just met a kid who's doing a startup. He is going to change the way polling is done, because most polling has been done by Gallup through the landline, and so he's got a much different social network approach to it. And it's going to change not just the way that we do polling, but it's going to help modify and improve the whole political discourse.
Hey, my name is Sam Robertson. I'm from right here in Austin, Texas. I've been here a long time. One of the things I found out that was really unexpected and unusual, there is such a thing called a parallel SIM card. And with a parallel SIM card, I don't know if there are any made in the US, but with a parallel SIM card you can take a cell phone or a smartphone, put the parallel SIM card behind the regular SIM card, and bring up the phone with other apps on it, or you can bypass a lock for a specific vendor and open it up to other vendors. So that's something I'm going to explore and see. I mean, one of the things, if you cruise at all, you know, you leave the country and you have to get a cell phone in the other country. Well, it may be a business opportunity to provide a parallel SIM card that somebody receives, plugs in their phone behind their regular SIM card, and uses their same phone in another country at the country rate or whatever. So that's what I learned.
Fabulous. Tell me a little bit something else that you do in your business as a consultant.
I do a little bit of everything. I worked for IBM for a long time, and I didn't want to go back to working 40 hours, so I do website design. I look for things that interest me and dabble with them. I'm technically minded and I enjoy it, but I don't want to be overwhelmed by the day-to-day grind. I just attended a talk about Code for America, and it's like Teach for America, where coding volunteers volunteer to do stuff within cities, and they come in and they code. They code newer applications that are cheaper. They are quote unquote volunteer, but they work right in the city government if they can get into the city government. And they've done it in Boston, and they've done it a couple of other places. I think in the future, that sort of volunteerism or that sort of work will happen in a lot of cities. But Code for America is the codeforamerica.org is the location where you can find out more about them.
My name is Janice Johnson, and I'm from Austin, Texas, having just moved here from San Francisco. I just attended a seminar by a book author named John Wubben on content marketing, and I didn't know there was a word for content, but it was really exciting, and I'm revved up again, and basically saying that websites have to offer something of value to the customers, not just a bunch of sales and promos and the usual stuff on a website. It's really got to add value to be able to build a relationship with the customer. So I'm excited about it. I just bought his book, and I can't decide whether to stay here or go home and start reading.
Is this a business that you're in or looking to get into?
I've been in marketing all my life, kind of took a break and did some sales for 5 years, but I'm back to the Word, the all-powerful Word. I'm glad to see it getting its just do. So I was starting to think maybe I was too old, you know? I mean, I've been in advertising all my life, just thought maybe I was too old for all this digital stuff. But after attending today and meeting so many people and going to these sessions, I'm not too old. I'm primed. I'm ready.